You can't run! Here come the fireworks! Forest, bring refuge! Rest and rebuild! Judgment! Don't be scared! Time for a light show! You can't run! Fuse is lit! Stay put! Hey, go away! Fire hazard! A festive reprise! Yeah! Lights out! You glade! Fuse is lit! Don't be scared! Ready for a rehearsal? Yeah. Here we go. Stay put. Time for a light show. Wouldn't gliding be faster? Time for takeoff. Go Bishop down! Ready, go! Brace yourselves. Hold the line. You glade. Yep. Think you can get away? Fuse is lit. Here we go. Add Astro. Add Astro. Thank you for
Hey, Traveler. Paimon.
Oh, Paimon knows that voice!
Over here. To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be quite the fated reunion. Running into you two out of the blue like this has really made my day. I certainly wasn't expecting it.
You can say that again. What brings you to Poisson? Wait, Paimon's got it! You must be here for one of your magic shows, right?
Actually, we've run into a bit of trouble on the home front.
Oh, Arlinette?
Yep, along with most of the...
So you're saying nearly the entire...
Since the two of you are so curious, perhaps I can fill in the gaps.
You scared Paimon half to death!
Father, you're here.
You know... On second thought, maybe we don't need to know? It's all probably super confidential House of the Heart stuff, right?
No need to be nervous. I could sense your genuine concern from your conversation just now. Of course, I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect. I understand. I'm well aware you've had your fair share of confrontations with the Fatui in the past, and I can't exactly guarantee that we'll remain on good terms in the future. As for right now, however, I would say we have little reason to be at odds, wouldn't you agree? The House of the Hearth could stand to be more open with those who have worked so closely with. As for the issue at hand, well, it hardly relates to any ulterior motive. To be frank, it all stems from
What sort of rumor?
a rumor that a certain phantom child is hiding away in the House of the Hearth.
A phantom child? Ooh, just hearing the name is giving Paimon the creeps.
A spirit that should have long ceased to exist is lurking in the shadows of the... So I decided to bring the children to Poisson before continuing to investigate the situation. I expect I should be able to track down the spirit fairly quickly. If you're curious, or if you still have some concerns, it might be advisable to stick around for a few days. I'm sure the children would be exceedingly... Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain our guests. I have some matters to attend.
Of course, Father. It has long been a dream of mine. You're quite well known in the organization already. A lot of people have been talking about you. If you're willing, why don't you stay a while and have a little...
Alright. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway. But let's be clear, we're just gonna be there as guests, okay? Don't get any funny... Oh, wait a second. For your guests, that probably means we'll be...
Of course. During our stay in Poisson, we've been helping out the locals with some fishing. We bring in quite the bounty. Let's go.
One is fast on one's feet. Try to keep pace.
Just sharpen my spear.
Skyward! Scatter!
We rented this house from one of the locals to use as a temporary base. I'll come back later and tidy up a bit.
Awesome, thanks!
Well, when I happened to run into you two earlier, I was actually in the middle of distributing some supplies. With this many people staying in Poisson, we have to bring in outside...
Okay, look, there are all sorts of rumors about your organization floating around out there. Paimon's not sure if she could even take a wild guess. But now that we finally have the chance to see a day in the life of the house, we can take a good look at how you operate!
Well, you're more than welcome to come along. Just follow...
Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Scatter!
Linny, you're finally here. The supplies. I'm assuming you've...
Brought them with me? Yep. Here... Hello? Something...
It's the Traveler and Paimon!
No way! Come here, everyone! Hurry! The Traveler and Paimon are here!
One at a time, please. Don't crowd...
Oh, it's all right! Gotta say, Paimon didn't realize... Of course! Father and Linny have told us so much...
Father told us about how you helped Linny. According to her, you're a trustworthy friend. And as far as she's concerned, that's pretty much the highest compliment we've ever heard.
I heard the Traveler is so strong that he can... I heard Paimon eats so much that she can clean out the... Wait a second! That's the rumor you heard about Paimon? Oh, wait. When guests visit, you're supposed to give them gifts and stuff, right? Oh, we don't need something like that. Besides, we don't have anything to give to... Come on! We insist! I can give you some of my new potion. Huh? Or maybe Shaplo can teach you guys...
Ah, now that's not a bad idea. I know you usually prefer to fight head-on, but it never hurts to expand your bag of tricks, right? I was poisoned not too long ago, and I'm still dealing with the after effects. So I'm not quite as...
Wait, when you said gifts... But those are the best things we can give you. You don't like them? Ooh, how about this? Tell me the name of someone who really annoys...
All right, Fold, Selwar. I think that's enough suggestions for now. When it comes to being... You don't need a physical gift to make our guests happy. In fact, pestering them with suggestion after suggestion might make them more annoyed.
Really? Awesome! It's been so long. Yeah, it's...
Well,
All right, see you later.
Bye! Lenny, about all that poison and stuff tactics talk.
scared you, did it? That kind of talk. When Foltz was really young, he strangled all of his family pets, just out of curiosity. He was labeled a dangerous problem child, and Elwar has an unnatural obsession with potions. Father has forbidden her from trying all the different concoctions she comes up with, but she still tries to. Chaplot is around my age. While I'm mainly responsible for collecting intelligence, he handles surveillance. I know you two probably aren't used to that kind of talk, but I can promise you they only had the best of intentions. Things like stealth.
Yeah! Got her!
Filial, supplies are here.
Thanks. And who are these?
Allow me to introduce you. This is.
Oh, you're the famous duo I've been hearing. It's nice to meet you. I heard you've traveled to all.
Of course! We're making our way all across to that!
Oh, good for you.
You must be pretty familiar with Fontaine by now, then. Have you seen the new opera that started running recently? I think it's.
Oh, this is the first we've heard of it.
It seems like it's going to be fantastic. From what I've been able to tell from the posters, anyway.
Oh, and there's the Blind Maiden, too. After this mission is over?
Oh, maybe I should dye my hair.
Is it just Paimon, or do these two seem much easy?
I heard that.
Oh! Oops.
I'm guessing you're referring to Foltz and the others. Yeah.
I bet those crazies are practically foaming at the mouth right now. I'm sure they just can't wait to get back to Snezhnaya.
That's enough, Filial.
Don't talk about family members behind their back.
Guess this is goodbye then. If you ever have some.
Well, that's it for the supplies.
Well, they didn't seem too happy with each other. Seems like there could be something more going on here. You're right. We're only here as guests. Oh, Linny's getting
Yeah! Got her!
So, what do you think of the members? Well, Father is always encouraging us to be strong-willed and independent. So if there's one thing we've got, it's people who aren't afraid to speak their mind. Well, I should probably get cooking. Wanna join?
Of course!
Then let's head out and... Fremine? What are you doing here?
Well,
Hey, nice to see you again!
Oh, you too. I heard you're here as guests of House of the Hearth.
We were just going to make some food. Why don't you come along? I could use some help in the kitchen, and I seem to remember you mentioning you wanted to make seafood soup for the traveler in Paimon.
Seafood soup? Oh, Paimon's drooling already.
Were you looking for something just now, Fremine? Maybe I can help.
It's nothing. I just wanted to see if there were any extra supplies.
Yeah, we've got some left over. What do you need?
Some food and water, and some clean cloth, if possible.
No problem. Give me a second here. Food, water... Wait a minute. What do you need all of those for? You're not on any missions as far as I'm aware, and you were just going to come eat with us. So what's this all about?
I thought I'd grab an extra portion because I get hungry at night.
Fremine, you remember what I told you? You're not like me. Your lying skills still need some work. Tell me what's going on. Is it really bad enough that you have to keep it from your own brother?
Maybe it'll be better if we gave them some space.
This is the first time I've seen that kind of look on your face.
Just follow me.
Yeah. Skyward! Scatter!
You're back! Oh, and you've brought some friends with you this time.
Hello, my name's Linny.
Hi, Linny. I'm also a child of the House of the Hearth, just like you. You can call me Clairvy.
Clairvy?
It's nice to meet you. Does that name ring any bells?
No, not at all. That's not a name we have on our roster, I'm sure of it. What I'm not sure of, though, is how she managed. She must be the phantom child Father's been searching for. From the looks of it, I'm guessing you were the one that found.
No, I haven't told anyone.
For how long?
About half a...
So ever since we got to Poisson, then. Do you have any idea what you're doing?
I know what I'm doing.
Really? 'Cause from where I'm standing, it looks like you're hiding the very person Father has been trying to find. If Father finds out about this, everyone involved is going to be punished. You know the rules of the House, Fremine. I know you do. Father doesn't tolerate—
I've thought it through. And I just can't Linny, don't you remember last year? Sheplo nearly died after getting poisoned during that one mission. He wasn't able to get back before the poison that night. While I was sleeping, I heard a voice telling me to go save him. I opened my... That feeling of being haunted, of hearing...
So what you're saying is, that was her?
Unless there are other spirits roaming around the House of the Hearth. If Clairvy were our enemy, it wouldn't matter whether she was a spirit or an actual child. I would have acted without a second thought, because that's what Father ordered us to do. But she's been living with us, helping us from the shadows all this time. I think that makes her family. I couldn't just hand her over to be dealt with. Not when there's so...
So what's your plan then? You can't—
I haven't thought that far yet. I don't want...
Come with me. There are a couple things.
Those two sure care a lot about each other. Well, they got a funny way of showing it. From where Paimon was floating, it sure seemed like they were about— No way! They have a really deep bond. I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last. The darkness in the house runs deep.
I'm sorry, Linny. I really didn't...
Oh really? You didn't mean to? 'Cause I for one wish you did.
Huh?
You know, when we were younger, you didn't call me Linny. We grew up together, the three of us. We were all orphans, all rescued by Father. Later on, when you started calling me Linny, I wasn't actually surprised. After all, Lynette and I are related by blood. We've had to
Linny,
The darkest and most difficult moments of my life happened before you and I had ever met. I'm sure that's true for you as well. Even so, you and Lynette are the most important people in my life. No one can
Oh, looks like things are getting kinda heated between Linny and Fremine. Oh, it's raining. I should probably close it. Hey, you two! Hope we aren't Oh, wait a minute, Fremine, you're not...
everything...
Well, we're all friends here, right? We've been through
It's just a small family dispute. It's not something our guests should trouble themselves with.
what are you getting at?
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate. I just... Thank you. I was really hoping to keep you...
Me too.
Well, back to the matter at hand then. If we don't plan on handing Clairvy over to Father, then our only other option, that means finding out where she came from and what she's doing here.
I've tried that.
And?
And... nothing. I tried taking her somewhere really far away, but... She even came with us all the way to Poisson. It seems like we're...
I don't know much about spirits.
Let's see here. Paimon remembers hearing something like, if you... Oh, it's just that Paimon doesn't really remember where she heard that, so it's not...
Well, sounds like it's worth a shot. Guess that means we should go ask her about her wish.
What is it?
I need you to promise me that this will stay between the two of us. We're the masterminds behind this whole thing.
Of course. I promise.
All right. Then let's seal the promise just like when we were kids. Fist bump on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I swear.
Whoa!
Lynette!
But what a surprise! What brings you here, dear sister? And, when exactly did you get here?
You're an idiot, brother. And you too, Fremine. You 3, Traveler. And you 4, Paimon.
Wait, what did we do?
I've seen Clairvy around the House of the Hearth before. I hadn't seen her in Poisson, so I figured she must not have come with us. I heard you talking about your plan. Rather than steering clear of the situation, I'd rather fully join... If you don't agree, I'll have no choice but to report everything back.
You're not giving us much wiggle room. Well, I guess we're all in this together then. After we talk to Clairvy, there's no time to lose.
I'm full. Thank you for bringing me this food, you guys. She said she's full, but the food doesn't look like it's even been touched.
That's right. Based on what I've been able to observe, still, when she's presented with food, she'll always linger around it for a good little while.
Does she know that she has already passed away?
I've tried to ask her, but she didn't answer. My guess is that she's...
Clairvy, if you've got some time, I'd like to ask...
Sure. Oh, another new friend. Hi, I'm...
Hello.
Clairvy, how did you join the...
Huh? Isn't it the same for everybody? The knave brings you here and then you can't leave.
It's just that... your name... it's not on the
The roster? Oh, I get it now. The people in charge. They're not as nice as they look. They say they keep a roster, but in this house, some people are family and other people are just test subjects. Those kinds of people aren't... Wait, does that mean the...
Is there anyone that can vouch for you?
Perry. She's my best friend. She's the only one I trust in this place.
Have either of you heard of that name before?
No.
Me neither.
Clairvy. Perry. But it seems like she's telling the truth. Maybe we should try a different approach.
A wish?
It can be anything you want. Just imagine. It's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles, and your wish is...
To where the sun can find me. That's it? Well, that sounds easy enough. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can...
Okay, time to divide and conquer. I'll try and find a way to use basic illusory magic to take Clairvy outside and bring her some... Lynette, try and find the list of executions that Clairvy was talking about. And Fremine, you stay in Poisson. We can't be the only ones who've had run-ins with Clairvy.
Understood.
I'll try my best.
What about us?
I really appreciate your willingness to help, but this is let me think. Since Father considers you to be guests, maybe you could stick by.
Ah, Paimon gets it.
I'll give you a magic bird. If Father suspects something, all you need to do is release it when she's not looking. Of course, that's only as a last resort. If Father doesn't seem to notice us, there's no need. If the worst case scenario happens and we're discovered, just tell Father everything. You too. I really hope this goes well. No, it has to go well. That's the...
Yeah! Scatter!
It's the knave and child. Hey, aren't you supposed to be in Snezhnaya recuperating?
Oh, it's you two. I didn't expect to run into you here. I was unconscious for quite a while after the fight in the Primordial Sea. After I woke up, I realized I was being taken back to Snezhnaya. I couldn't have that now, could I? Not when I've still got unfinished business here in Fontaine. So, I mustered up all my strength and made the journey back on my own.
What sort of unfinished business are we talking here?
It has to do with Skirk, my master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I got back, she had already left. I still have so many questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask the knave to help me track her down. She must have left behind some traces from her time in Fontaine.
Oh, okay, so have you found any clues?
Unfortunately, no. While the House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence, certain existences can still manage to...
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me. But that problem has an easy fix. I just need to become...
Paimon thinks you should focus on getting better first.
It's all thanks to that one kid from the House of the Hearth. Elwar, I think her name was. She gave me a bunch of random potions to drink. And that's good, because it looks like I really do have to head back this time.
Project Stuja?
Yeah, that's the one. I heard Regrader's involved too. I'm not looking forward to having to listen to all his monologuing, that's for sure. Hey, helping Linny and the others brush up on their fighting skills would be far more interesting. If you and I could spar, that would be even better. I've been waiting for a chance.
And what a sweet little daydream that is. But I also have a role besides, considering how little they see fit to step outside the homeland.
When I...
Is it just Paimon? Or does it kind of seem like they're...
So, dear guests of the House of the Hearth,
well, right! We're super close to Linny and the others, but we...
Is that so? Introductions have already been...
Oh, well, you see? There's only so much you can learn about...
Good question.
The fact that you have to ask tells me our intelligence work has been quite successful. Telling you the answer to that question would only serve to undermine that success.
Spoken like a true diplomat. That was some expert sidestepping right there.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve at home.
Wait, don't go!
I'd also like to hear the answer to this. I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like really good kids. They actually reminded me of Tonya and Tooth, which, by the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting you know, I won't let you off easy.
And why would I betray them?
Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you? Okay, I admit. That's just what the old man told me.
Wait, did you?
Never mind what I've done. I'm more curious as to what the mighty rooster had to say.
Well, nothing much. Just some stuff about you taking out many other members of the House of the Hearth, and even going— Oh, based on your reaction.
Hardly. I don't appreciate his particular turns of phrase, although it would be more accurate to say that there is a certain level of prejudice involved. But I don't intend to clear that up just yet. Call yourself a Fontainian, for example, and people will assume all sorts of things, when the real truth—
Huh? You're not actually from Fontaine? But then, why did you try to help it?
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontainian simply made it easier to operate. People would hardly suspect a fellow Fontainian of having any ulterior motives. The primordial sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused great harm to the House of the Hearth. Well, you wanted extra information.
So, you stayed in Fontaine for the kids. I guess I was wrong to believe you'd betray them. Apologies. Looks like I—
Good. Like I said, I like it.
Actually, while I was recuperating at the House of the Hearth, there was something— I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments with a friendly spar, and the loser has to back down. Seems pretty cool if you—
Well, that's only a recent development. In the past, such spars weren't nearly so friendly. The
They were that high stakes? Whew, at least—
Well, the current atmosphere's not half bad. I'm a bit jealous, actually. You've got so many family members around.
Having a lot of family around means dealing with a considerable amount of bickering and scheming. Once Tonya and Tusser enter their rebellious— Just imagine. Tusser becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, or Tonya—
Okay. Well, would you look at the time? I should probably get going. Traveler, Paimon, I'm not sure where our paths will cross next, but the next time we run into each other, we should definitely try and—
again, maybe this is a conversation—
All right. Well, thanks for every—
No thanks necessary. You also played a part in obtaining the Gnosis. I would—
I like the sound of that. Well, I'm off.
we should probably get going too. Do you want to head back with us?
Oh? You want—
Oh, well, you see,
I'm rather enjoying the evening breeze. If you don't mind, I think I'll stick around for a bit. I have some things to think about. Apologies for not attending to you like a proper host. Please forgive this slight. I do hope you'll have a pleasant stay.
We managed to keep her distracted until nightfall. Good thing Child was there to keep the conversation going.
Oh? You decided—
Oh, I wonder if Liddy ran into any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went.
Secrets of the mechanical arts are too profound to skyward!
Lenny, how did everything go?
Well, long story short, we ran into a small issue. Clairvy can't go into the sunlight. Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface just like I told her. But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished. I turned around, and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching me.
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or... Nope. Well, we could always try... Oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked. Eventually, the sun... How did it go with...
Good. I've got the list.
Really? Well, what do we... Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get through it all.
We can each take a section. Here.
La Pouillade. Oh, yikes. That Aurore guy has a huge scar on his face. He's kinda giving Paimon the creeps.
Ah, I've met him before. The scar is from an injury he received during a mission. I still remember him joking with me about it. He said...
Did he say anything else?
Well, I asked if there was someone he was interested in. He said no, and that's where our conversation ended. It was only later that I learned he really did have someone he liked. He risked everything to escape so he could be with her, but... it didn't work. One day, Father asked to see him.
Wait, so that means...
It may seem cruel, but it's just one of the rules of that. Betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please. So, if you do try to leave... Her name's not here, huh? Well, that's not too surprising. Let's shift our attention then. Fremine, were you able to find anything out? Fremine...
Sorry. I was thinking about something. I managed to talk to quite a few people, but I couldn't help but notice that the app...
Strange.
Yeah, I mean, I know there have been arguments in the past.
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while delivering supplies. Paimon can see how they...
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us, taught us how to fight. That's... As members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. And certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves. But considering the people like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal to Father and her vision, they're proud to be part of the Fatui.
These kinds of conflicts have always been there. It's not like Father...
Well, that's true. But it just feels like things have gotten worse lately. Filial and the others... It seemed like they were meeting in secret. I can't say for sure.
You think she's been inciting them to act out?
No, not exactly. She's told me about it before.
And they just believed all...
Clairvy's words probably gave them the excuse they were looking for. Whether they actually believe them to be true is secondary.
This is all because of Project Stu...
Whoa. What's this Project Stooja all about, huh?
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the detail. I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrader have been working on together. Apparently, it has to do with the Fatui. Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the...
Wait, but is it...
Key role is just another way of saying dangerous role. To us, the Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refuse. Their plan isn't exactly unreasonable, and they've been funneling the house a lot of funding. It's just that... we'll lose a lot of members in the process. Participating in the plan, it's an honor in name only. What they're really
Okay, super complicated top secret Fatui business aside, what does all of this have to do with the
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. You can't overlook the power of fear either. People are... I thought resolving the Clairvy situation would make everything go back to normal, but it looks like things are more complicated than I thought.
We can only focus on one situation at a time, brother.
You're right. Even if we confront Filial and the others, it won't do any good. It might even make matters worse. We should focus. Well, it's getting late. We should head back and get some rest. Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close eye on Filial and the others. Make sure they don't do anything they'll regret. Good work today, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm always looking forward to. Hey, you don't think the knave will be too angry with Linian? She's even scary when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry. You have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler? Oh, well, in that case, we should just plan on running away. Look! Look over there! Quick! Let's catch up with her before anyone sees!
Skyward!
Over there!
Yeah! Skyward!
Oh, where is she going? Oh, if someone sees her, we're toast!
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Oh, look! She stopped! Clearly! Shh! I opened the window while no one was looking. Look how pretty the outside is. If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly, huh? All this hopeless resisting. Please, help us get on the same page here, Clary. Sure. Although, after you hear all this, everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool. Something to be used and exploited. As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value, and you're handed over to the doctor, experimented on, and given a fate worse than death. I've seen it happen again and again, and I've had enough. You're saying the knave did all that? It's just, that doesn't seem like something she would do. She's scary and all, but it seems like even she has lines she wouldn't cross. I knew you wouldn't believe me. Everyone thinks she's a good person. They all think of her like a real mother. Mother? But she doesn't deserve that title. She's disgraced it and tarnished it. And if I had things my way, I'd never see her again. If only Perry were here, she'd understand. Perry? There's that name again. Also, Paimon's getting a string. It almost feels like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't tell if she's actually talking to us or if she's mistaken. Well, in any case, it seems like she looks so young. But it's getting windy. I should close the window. Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? I heard that if you look up at the night sky in Snezhna, Perry and I promised each other that once we're older, we're gonna go see it together. But I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She's special. Mother likes her a lot. I should really go talk to Mother, but we just fought. She doesn't want to see me. What should I do? really doesn't... Well, let's head back. We've got an early...
All right, looks like we're all here. Let's go ahead with the plan.
Oh? What is it?
What makes you ask that?
Well, we kinda ran into Clairvy last. We met the doctor back in Sumeru. He's super dangerous.
It's possible that Father and the Doctor have had certain dealings, but I don't think Father would work with him. We're not really on the same side, so there's not a lot of trust between them. That doesn't exactly set the stage for a success. I did hear, though, that when Father first became a Harbinger, the Doctor offered to work with Father rejected most of his proposals, except for one. It had...
Secret experiment? Could that be what...
I don't think so.
I don't know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The Doctor only proposed a direction for the research. The details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. I know you don't agree with some of the Fatui's methods, and I'm not asking you to. But I am asking you to
Alright, that's good to hear at least. Clairvy seems to think the Knave and the Doctor worked together to do something horrible. If that turned out to be true, Paimon... It's just that... It doesn't seem like Clairvy is lying. The easiest thing to do would be just ask the Knave directly, but... Paimon doesn't think she'd tell us.
Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still near the shore. Lynette, you're with me. Fremine, you... Alright, let's get to it.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a bit pale. Did you have trouble sleeping? Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your brain? Although I must profess to being curious. Without child here, how do you plan on distracting me?
Us? Distract you? A good one. But no, we were just here for a chat.
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think. No matter. If you don't have any other... Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any...
The ocean breeze is sure nice today.
Children always think they can hide things from the grown-ups. But nothing gets past... Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermonia. Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do hope you decide to tag along.
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch. Oh, good idea. Well, we should probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happens if we don't show up. Based on... Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting.
Send one, send them all.
Just sharpen my spear.
For justice. is your fate. Let me leave you alone.
See? Time to go.
Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well enjoy some pleasant conversation while we wait. I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being surrounded by good companions is necessary for a child's development.
You're not planning on doing anything to them, are you?
I assume you're referring to Lenny, Lynette, and Fremine, although there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well. No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate. There are no exceptions.
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change for no one.
But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more stringent. Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable along with them. I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep their lives. As for Filial, Nentoy, and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out alive.
But that's awful.
Ah, you seem concerned. Out of consideration for my guests, I suppose I could turn a blind eye for a little longer. If Linny and the others manage to dispose of Claire V in the meantime, all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case, I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove. If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable. And the punishment will be severe. Of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you. Do try and keep better track of it next time. It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it. Permanently.
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. Now, for the matter at hand. I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais Mermonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time being. There will always be time later to well, time to go. Looks like we wrapped things up just in time. It's been a while, Monsieur Neuvillette. I must say, I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly. The Palais Mermonia operates with an efficiency worthy of admiration.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the proper level of respect. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after presenting you with the Gnosis. I see you brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire as to the purpose of—
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved before I go. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure, monsieur.
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Neuvillette, so allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in, and as someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation. Or perhaps the glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast.
Did you get any of that, Traveler?
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water.
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's strained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form.
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you could expound on that?
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine. And, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk?
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his past. Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce the frequency of such troubles.
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept your proposal.
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to hear your impressions. Perhaps at our next meeting?
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, Traveler Paimon. Time to go.
So, what exactly were you talking about back there? Paimon only heard you mention some rivers, a large body of water, and then some kind of...
You really want to know? I would imagine there might be more pressing...
Winnie, Paimon really hopes everything's... Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you, Traveler?
Oh, shoot. Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these papers. Well, let me make it up to you at least.
to give us anything?
Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on supply. It's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some extra mora for the family, but
What's going on here?
nothing much. I just ran into your friend.
Hold on.
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with mora. It's just.
I'll take 3 papers. Here.
Oh, thank you for your patronage. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory, though, right?
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson. We've even acquired some light reading.
Actually, why don't we... Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson and...
It appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious.
Wait, why are you being so generous?
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad.
Then what can
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Wonderful. Here it is. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation.
Okay, sounds normal enough, but...
That is for you to decide. Then we have a deal. Follow me.
What is this place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building. No one comes here anymore, nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although, this place does have something to do with this. It was before I became a Harbinger, and before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy and then her mother. And this is where it all happened.
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. I'll start from the beginning. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood, but she was also... Clairvy was happy here, for a time. But she quickly realized that being part of this family wasn't...
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Tevat. But as for how to raise them... Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight. force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king. It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injuries they would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions.
So those were the experiments Clairvy was talking about. But what actually happened to her? You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy tried to convince her to stop what she was doing...
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her own impartiality as a mother. Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Unfortunately, of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age, who knew the truth about the house.
Wait, the friend that Clairvy...
Friend, huh? I suppose we can call her that for now. Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit. Peruere, on the other hand, her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it. At least at first. Well, despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clairvy told Peruere that she hoped to create a real There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clairvy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or even with her body racked with pain, she would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night. She and Peruere would look out at the moon together.
Oh no.
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Peruere weren't children anymore. It was during this time that Peruere suggested a new plan. If escaping was out of the question, Clairvy rejected that proposal. She claimed that, as a famous harbinger, Crucibina possessed an Clairvy never gave another reason, but Peruere could see it written all over her face. Clairvy still thought of Crucibina as her mother. Killing if she couldn't escape and fight back. Then precisely. Death was the only way that she felt she could be free. It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Peruere. The very person that had stood by her side all those years. It was a fierce battle. But ultimately, Clairvy decided to let... From that moment on, Peruere's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, there she stood, the sole victor. It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She wasn't surprised by the fact that she emerged as Mother's undisputed heir. Rather, her success... She was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you too...
Crucibina, you mean? But...
Correct. This is the place where Peruere killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail to kill them the moment she acted. Any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. Peruere won the battle, and became a harbinger herself. After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name.
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all along. You're Peruere.
I left that name behind long ago. I must say, after I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself, and even chose to give up my own name. And that is where the story ends. And
yeah, based on what you just told us, Clairvy wasn't a little kid when she...
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes. You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind, of course. The chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly Clairvy died when she was 16 years old. But what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance wasn't the only thing affected. Most of her memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories.
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking.
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone trapped in time. It may seem like she exists with us in the present.
So if all of that is true, then you must have known about Clairvy for a long time.
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable entity. Sometimes she would look after the children. She's even saved some of their lives. But other times, she would hide from me and become obsessed with revealing the truth about the house to anyone who will listen. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter, your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight. They failed, yes. The reason is actually quite simple. In Clairvy's mind, but no matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate some—
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gun, but isn't there another way? So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her!
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. She said quite— I hope you understand. The difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them. Uphold—
Is this really what you want to do?
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs. Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by nightfall. I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I give your friends quite a bit more time.
Here they are, Father.
You gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would actually be a first for Lenny!
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more, but I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
Huh? Are you...
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Harry!
Shh. Stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first, I believe certain scores need settling.
Father, let me explain.
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be punished. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later.
By traitors?
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to—
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Yes, Father. Secret Midnight Meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoy, Sato, Toddy. Nantoy clearly said, if only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Sato added, I'm sick of this life. I just want to live. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things.
I did not! You're lying!
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clairvy. You were using all the "we're birds locked in a cage. The only way out is to destroy it."
You little... You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and...
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case.
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know that a single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That kind of thing. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings.
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, the move to Poisson...
Filial, Nantoy, I owe you both my life. I owe Claire V too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, if this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness, even if it cost me my life.
Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake, and we should own up to it. I'm sorry, Chaplot. Faults, we...
Chaplot, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth.
All those who betray the house.
And so it shall be.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say?
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and we all come from broken families. From the very first, but the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. Killing Filial and the others may uphold the rules, but doing so, please, Father.
I agree with Linny.
Father, please.
Linny, you...
I also agree with Linny.
An order, once given, cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose...
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the House will not be altered. Traitors must be punished. However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
Wait.
Impossible. Father...
Did you hear that, Traveler? Lenny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win? If they lose, those people from the house are really gonna be executed. Hey!
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you...
Oh. Looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this. Guess...
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Heart.
What's wrong? Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Traveler?
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less. Is it my turn now?
Huh? No, my sword!
Permanence of the deep!
Now's our chance!
How amusing. With these rising flames!
Witness the power of Gugwa!
Hold the line!
Is it my
Father's
turn?
even stronger than I expected.
Fire, dance on fire!
With the fall of darkness, destruction shall rise.
Try to pace yourself.
Have a taste of purgatory. Is it
And
my turn?
voila!
Look at you. Trapped like a bunch of helpless animals.
Over here!
With these rising flames!
Yes! Cross over!
Is it my turn now?
I really have to drop my blade.
Not bad. You prove to be a worthy
Huh? No, my sword!
How amazing.
And voila!
Billowing, sir!
Kindness has been sealed
Rush,
away.
read it! You
My
play.
blade
You're
is
up.
all that
Ray outlines
remains.
your fate.
Watch out for Father's movements! Look out!
Don't be scared! Hold the line!
Let me weave you a verse.
Now's our chance!
Over here!
Suntown is only the beginning.
Watch out for Father's movements!
Suntown is only the You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Oh, I know.
No! I'm sorry, Father!
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
Father, no!
made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
A crimson moon? I can't move.
Still, not strong enough to beat me. I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all. We wouldn't want things to get too out of hand.
Brother, are you all right?
Lenny.
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
No!
I never thought things would end like...
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them.
Wonderful. Then, in just...
Bottled flames?
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved. Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. If you can withstand the pain. When you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know. In other words, administering this concoction will kill... Memory is a mysterious thing indeed.
So, you're just letting us...
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend...
Even so... I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry, Filial. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver.
Of course. I'll remember.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life you really want.
Yes, Father.
Chaplot, Fultz, Elwar. Take them back. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house.
Father.
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Lenny. I'll help.
Thank you.
Claire V.
Can we talk now? You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't... Wait, Did I somehow travel to the future?
Neither. You died, Clairvy. That's what happened.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little! Look, she's done speechless! Oh. Huh? That's it? Yep. If that's what Perry says happened. Then plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. Can you tell me about it? I want to know.
You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kind. Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. Your efforts may have only delayed. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina. For the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now...
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down. But somehow, I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, only one of us was... If I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand. But as the head of the House of the Hearth, and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. It's something I discussed with the Eudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they... Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove...
That's more than enough. That's exactly the... You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing king. I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places.
Really? Of course! We've traveled all over the I was always too afraid, but at the academia, I bet you could do all... I'm just kidding. Being able to study whatever you... Those yokai you mentioned. What did... I once saw a drawing of this one guy with horns on his head and a super... Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni. Yep, we've met... The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of committing a crime. Oh no. Don't worry. We were able to turn the situation around super quick. How'd you do that? Come on, tell me. Okay, so it was like this.
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Paraware. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
She left so soon. Paimon didn't even get to finish her story.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as but a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, whatever regrets may linger. Let them be lost.
Father?
It's Linny! Hey, Linny! What is he doing back here? Let's go check it out.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered. Filial and the others have left the house.
And you? What have you decided?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the—
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different ideas, I must admit. I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life.
I just never understood what you saw in me. What made you believe I was deserving of that throne?
You're brave, talented, and, most importantly, you cherish your family. You would do anything to protect them.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince—
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero. Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life. She must have had it all planned from the beginning. I'm not deserving of that title.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction, and the necessary strength to— We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone of your talent, though, even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you. That capacity to honor your convictions is what I truly see in you.
Father.
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may— If reaching a certain standard, strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions.
I understand, Father.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can a family— The road ahead is not an easy one. So I'll ask you one last time.
You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Plus, with protecting my family at all costs—
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly businessmen and heartless dignitaries try to take us down, I'm prepared to teach them a lesson. Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need— At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no— As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, no matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both—
Rest and rebuild!
Rain cutter.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly.
Allow me!
Now disappear! Here comes the finale!
Illusion shattered! Now you shall perish!
Coming through!
There is no escape!
Allow me!
Let's play!
Silence!
Time for takeoff.
Getting here!
Here we go! Okay.
Frost is coming!
Let's play! Have a good night, shoot. Yeah. Think you can get away? Steady.
Frost is coming!
Okay.
Getting here!
Let the mighty be humble!
Time to clean up. Yeah.
Getting here!
Here we go. Someone. Yeah.
The tides beckon.
As a dutiful maid woman. Yeah. Time for takeoff. Let's play.
Going on!
Here we go. As a good night. Yeah. Yeah. Think you can get away?
Getting here!
Yahoo!
Frost is coming! Getting here! Commencing cleanup!
Time to clean up. Brace yourself. Time for takeoff. Yahoo!
Getting here! Frost is coming!
Here we go.
Bow your head.
Think you can get away? Yahoo!
Then reckoning! Frost is coming!
I'll catch up.
Getting here!
Yeah.
Frost is coming! Getting here!
Good night, shoot. Here we go. Time for takeoff. I must leave no stone unturned. Let's play. Yeah. Yahoo! I'll catch up. Time to clean up. Think you can get away?
Frost is coming!
Yeah.
Be humble. Bow your head.
Time for takeoff. Here we go. As a good night shoot. Let's play. Okay.
Frost is coming! Commencing cleanup!
Yahoo! Think you can get away?
Getting here!
Time to clean up. Yeah.
Come!
Yeah. Let's play.
Getting here! Dead reckoning!
Time for takeoff.
Settle
As a good night shoot.
Frost is coming!
Yahoo!
Getting here!
Time to shine!
Bring it on!
Strike a pose!
The tides beckon.
Let my name echo in song!
Truth hurts! Fracture!
One get out! With the wind. Lynette? Fremine? How are you feeling?
Much better.
Whew, what a relief!
What about you? Are you feeling alright?
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand, well... Oh, and I wanted to ask, Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago, and told us about what happened with Crucibina and Clairvy. Actually...
Wait, what? You've met the...
Crucibina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that Crucibina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing things. When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end, and all the people involved, dead and in... A couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crucibina and burned all her files. With that, the names of all the people subjected to her experiments, Clairvy included.
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after that, but she never...
It really seems like something she was planning to keep. The last time you talked to her, did she mention why she kept it a secret?
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. She was worried we'd develop a false sense of gratitude towards her if we knew about it. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence. Whatever happened in the past, it has... And that's what Father told us in the end.
But I still thanked her for everything. It was only after hearing about what Crucibina did that I finally realized how insignificant our lives could have been. If Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth, I probably would have already...
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us, but Even if we didn't owe her anything, we may have arguments or times when we feel wrong.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis.
Oh, we didn't do anything, really.
Of course.
Are Filial and...
I actually saw them at a cafe. They didn't recognize me. From what I could tell, they were drinking coffee and talking about one of the operas that started running recently. They seemed happy. If I had to take a guess, I would say they find...
Perhaps we could take a walk by a riverbank or somewhere similarly food.
I trust you have packed ample foodstuffs?
The campaign begins.
Phew!
your dues.
Illusion shattered.
Make way for the adept.
assignments.